Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of COVID Convos. My name's Simon and I've got the usual hosts, Kesh and Griggsy, here tonight for what is a special episode of the show where we just wanted to fill you in a little bit on what we've been up to and some changes we're looking at implementing for the show from here on. Firstly, just want to apologise for not getting out any new shows or content to you guys for the last week or so. We've been using this time to sort of be head down and reflecting about where we've been. We've been doing this for 6 weeks or so far. And during that time, been trying to do an episode a day, which was really about trying to keep up with how rapidly things were changing over that time. We now feel maybe we're entering into another phase where things seem to have sort of settled into a bit of a pattern. And that's given us the opportunity to reflect and think about where we want to go. We've been trying out different things during those 6 weeks, and whether that's been with the convos we've been having or stuff behind the scenes, and that's all been feeding into the conversations Kesh, Griggsy and I have been having too about where we want to go. We also think it's generally a time across the world, or what we're picking up anyway, is a bit of a time to slow down, be a bit more mindful, step out of the hustle and bustle and the do sort of mindset, and take a bit of a less is more approach. So that's been sort of heavily informing our thinking and where we want to go from here.
Yeah, and we've been really reflecting on, well, what is this channel trying to achieve? And you as listeners, what are you going to get out of it? And really trying to hone in on what is the value that we're adding, so we can do that with more intention. And what we've really arrived at is this channel seems to really appeal to people that are interested in well-being science and the well-being space. So one of the things that we found we've benefited the most from, and hearing back from our listeners what they have benefited the most from, is hearing perspectives that go outside our bubble. So moving forward, we want to do more of that. But we want to keep continuing what we did, which was the positive aspect of everything that we've been trying to achieve, which is counteracting those negative stories that we're getting constantly bombarded with, and continue to test out PP theories, science, ideas, and interventions in real life to see if they hold up to the scrutiny of something like a crisis, like a pandemic. And of course, through it all, if we ever find anything that's useful, any tools, anybody doing amazing stuff, we're going to continue to share that information and help as many people as we can. So these are sort of the things that we've landed on that we want to focus more on as the channel grows. But if that doesn't sound right to you, we'd love to hear. So contact us, send us a comment. What is it that you want from the show? How can we serve you better? That's what we think, but we'd love to hear more about what you think. So moving forward, there's going to be a couple of changes to how we do things. And I guess I'll leave it to Griggsy to tell you a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so thanks, Kesh. So as we said, we're going to be trialing a new schedule, and the idea is to make the show more sustainable moving forward. So with family commitments and other work commitments, we've realised that one show per day is extremely challenging. So what we've decided to commit to at this point is one episode per week that we'll release on Friday. And we may do additional episodes on top of this, but we're committing to that one episode a week, which is sort of in line with what Simon was talking about with the slowing down a bit, and also the reduction in the change that we're seeing in the situation. We're expanding our perspectives. So what that means is we're trying to get people on the show who have different perspectives to what we have. And what that means is we're trying to get outside of our echo chamber. So we are aware that we've had a lot of guests that believe or have studied similar areas or a similar degree to what we have studied. So we'd love to hear from people who haven't studied those areas, because we feel like we want to test out new perspectives and hear from people who are doing different things that might challenge us. So on that note, we're going to continue to experiment and see where this journey takes us. So it's not something that's stuck. It's something that we're continuing to move on, and we're excited about continuing to experiment with. We're looking for guest referrals. So if anyone out there is thinking, oh, I know somebody who might be really interesting for the show and give that different perspective that I was just talking about, we'd love to hear from you. And what that means is it could really be anybody. They don't need to have a specific job or a specific background or qualification. So please feel free to contact us. You can contact us through either leaving a comment on this video on the YouTube channel, or at covidconvos@gmail.com, or alternatively contacting one of us through LinkedIn or any social media account that we might have. We want to thank everyone who's listened to the show, but probably one of our most important thanks goes out to the guests that we've had over the time. You've helped us become, we think, better at doing what we do. Whether we are better is, I guess, something for you guys to decide. But we really appreciate our guests who have given their time and their experience in contributing to this show. We'd also like to thank our listeners and supporters for their feedback and obviously listening to the show. And we're really looking forward to the next chapter, to seeing what this show can become, because this is untested times, and we're really excited to see where we can go with our guests on this track, this very exciting journey that we're currently on. We hope that everyone stays safe and stays healthy, and you stay healthy, world.